So yeah, good. So everyone are able to hear me, right? Okay, perfect. So I welcome everyone to this webinar on career and job opportunities in data science and AI. So let me introduce myself. I'm Siva Krishna. I'm having overall 11 years of experience in this IT industry and teaching profession. And I'm working as a senior data scientist at one of the companies at Hyderabad. And I work as freelance trainings. I'll be giving as freelance trainings for various organizations like Naresh IT and Upgrade and Simply Learn. And I have trained the learners who are having more than with respect to 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. So I have trained with respect to from the freshers to 10 years experience people. So from various domains and various industries, and handle with 40 plus data science and machine learning related projects like finance, aviation, commerce, and healthcare. All these areas we have covered. And I'm a top 2 percentile data scientist from Kaggle. So here, what is meant by Kaggle? Kaggle is an worldwide data science firm. So where there will be some Kaggle competitions will be running down. So if I want, I can show you this. This is the Kaggle. So in the Kaggle, we'll be having some kind of competitions will be running on. So this is one of the competition where we'll be having in terms of total 14,600 members has taken this competition, out of which my rank is around 133. So which is in top 1 percentile as of now, right? And this will be varied after 3 months. Every 3 months, it will be automatically deleted, right? So you can take any one of the competition in Kaggle. It is not mandatory that you have to take only this competition, and that is with respect. Any kind of competition you can take in Kaggle. So in real life, in the interviews, they are going to ask you what type of competition you have taken in the Kaggle and what is the procedure you have followed in that, how you have analyzed the data, and what is the procedure. These are the general questions and interview questions will be asked, right? And coming to my education, I have done my master's from BITS and BTech from JNTU and data science and machine learning from IIM Raipur, that is Indian Institute of Management. And I was holding a couple of certifications of IBM Data Science Professional Certification and Certified Data Scientist by IBAC USA, and certified in data science from IIT Madras, and Microsoft certified in Python. So this is about brief about me, right? Now, coming to today's agenda. In this class, we are going to see first what is data science exactly, and what are the applications we are having, and we are going to see what a data scientist is going to do in a real life, that is data science life cycle, that project life cycle we used to say, and what is the methodology we are going to apply, and what is the exact work we are going to do as a data scientist. And once we understand the data science work and about the data science role, then we are going to see what are the different jobs and opportunities are there in the data science, and what are the exact skills are required to be a data scientist, and what are the various roles are there in data science, and what is the difference between data scientist, data analyst, and data engineer. And most of the people are confused with respect to this data engineer role and data scientist, and they're going to combine everything, and they are getting confused. So let us see that difference, what is the difference between them, and what are the companies we are having which are hiring the data science jobs, and what would be the salaries for the freshers and for the experienced people, right? So this is would be the today's agenda of the class, right guys? So first, let us start what is data science. So data science is nothing but understanding the data. Let us take an example of Amazon. Amazon is working on data science where it is understanding the customer needs. So first it is going to understand the customer needs, what exactly the customers require. So based on the customer needs and based on the customers, so they are going to analyze the feedback from the customers. So they require with respect to fast delivery, they require 1 day delivery, they require 2 day delivery, and they require more number of products for analyzing purpose. And they want to compare and they want at low price. So these all the things has been taken from the various people and they have analyzed and they have developed this one. So data science is nothing but, simply to say, data science is nothing but understanding the given data. Whatever the data they have given to us, understand the data. So data science is understanding the data. The data can be structured data, the data can be image data, the data can be videos, audios, and whatever it is, text data, Twitter data, YouTube data, Instagram data, whatever the data it is. So just we have to analyze the data. Whatever the data they have given to us, we have to analyze the data. And from that data, we have to get the meaningful insights. The meaningful insights we have to get from that. So what is meant by this meaningful insights? Meaningful insights means which increases the business performance. Your insight should lead to increase in the business performance. So you have analyzed something, but with that analysis, there is no use. So that type of insights we don't require. So we require the insights, we require the analysis, we require in such a way that it should lead to the business performance, where based on your analysis and based on your predictions, if we implement that one, which has to lead the business. Okay, so data science is nothing but understanding the data, and the data can be different types of formats of data. So we have to get the different types of data, and we have to clean the data, we have to transform the data. So the data will be uncleaned, it will not be that much of clean the data. So we have to do some kind of data cleaning, like some of the data will be missing. So we have to treat the missing values. Wherever the missing values are there, we have to replace the missing values, or we have to remove those things. So there are various techniques are there for that, and we are going to treat the missing values. And some people, while entering, instead of 100, they will enter 1,000, which is a type error. So which we used to call in this data science as an outliers. So there will be some kind of unclean data, which we have to clean them. So we have to do the processing in between them. And finally, we have to understand the data, and we have to get the final insights from the data. Okay. So understanding the data and getting the insights from the data is also called as data mining. Mining means you are going to dig into that. So digging of data is called as data mining, right? Now here we are having with respect to various things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So what are these? So data science means in terms of analyzing the data. So analyzing, instead of as a human, instead of analyzing, we are going to take the support of machine. So we are going to train the machine. Now the machine is going to analyze the given data. The machine is going to understand the data, and it is going to analyze the given data, and it is going to get the insights from the data. How a human is going to do, in the similar way the machine is also going to do. Now what is the difference between them now? Human and machine means humans, when compared to these machines are going to do in very fast. Okay, they are going to do in a fast. For example, let us take a simple example. So for example, I want to understand the feedbacks of the students. So we are going to collect the feedback, and based on the feedback, we are going to change, we are going to develop, and we are going to increase the business. So based on the students' feedback, what exactly the students require, based on that, we are going to develop. At the end, the students has to get beneficial. Once the students get beneficial, automatically we'll get more number of students at NareshIT. As we get more number of students at NareshIT, the business will grow, right? So here we are going to understand the requirements of the students, and we are going to take the feedback of the students. Now in the feedback, I'm having options like good, awesome, excellent. Okay, So in the feedback, I'm having these words, which means that these are the positive. So positive words and most giving the feedback as positive. When we see the words as worst, not good, not that much of great, or bad, all these words indicates that it is a negative. So now, for example, there is a person and one of the student has written a circuit search trainer, or simply let us write like this. Today's class is awesome. They have written like this. What is the meaning of this? It is a positive one. So as a human, I can understand because I know the English language and I can understand what is meant by awesome and what is meant by class and what is meant by today. These things I can understand because I know the English language and I'm the human. Now the same thing I'm going to train to the machine also. I'm going to train the machine that whenever there is a word of awesome, consider this one as a positive one. I'm going to train the machine. So machine is going to get trained. So which is called as machine learning. Machine is going to learn. If you say the awesome is the word as positive word, means it is going to learn that one. Oh, this is a positive word. If you train the awesome as a negative word, means it is going to understand this is a negative word. In whatever the way you train the machine, it is getting trained. And once it has trained, the machine has learned. Now, whatever the number of feedbacks you have given. So now we are having with respect to 10 feedbacks are there. Now it is going to classify within these 10 feedbacks, how many of them are negative and how many of them are positive. How many of them are negative feedbacks are there? How many of positive feedbacks are there? Just whatever the human is going to do, the same thing the machine is going to do, but in a faster way. It is going to reduce the human efforts, right? That's it. So now here the machine learning and artificial intelligence and deep learning, these are the various concepts which we are going to use in our data science. So data science is understanding the data and interpreting the data and finally getting the meaningful insights from the data. For that, we are going to use the different concepts like machine learning and deep learning and artificial intelligence concepts. Artificial intelligence concepts example is one of them is natural language processing. So natural language processing means, for example, a person using a Google Assistant. So everyone are having nowadays Android mobile or with respect to iOS mobile. So if you are having a Google Assistant, either you'll be having a Google Assistant or with respect to Siri or Alexa. So now, if you ask your Google Assistant, what is the temperature outside? So if you are asking in this way, it is understanding whatever the things you have told, it is understanding and it is interpreting, and based on that, it is generating the output, right? Whatever you are speaking, whether you have spoken a non-grammar, if you are not having with respect to, you are making with respect to grammatically wrong also, still it is able to understand. How it is able to understand means because it is understanding based on the keywords. So temperature, outside, these are the words it is understanding, and based on that it is interpreting and giving the result. The present temperature outside is, it is going to give some answer like that, right? So these are concepts of artificial intelligence. Okay, so where we are going to use the concept of natural language processing like computer vision, and computer vision is used for understanding the images and videos. So natural language processing is used for text. So based on which we are going to analyze the data, and from that we are going to interpret the data, and based on that we are going to give the final result of the data, right? Now let us see the applications in which industries this data science is useful. Almost in every industry and every domain we are going to use with respect to the data science. In the marketing area, we are going to use the data science. In the social media, we are going to use the data science. In automation, we are going to use the data science concepts and artificial intelligence related concepts like self-driving cars, Tesla cars, and sentiment analysis. As earlier I have told you that whether it is a positive or negative. So in the social media, someone is writing about Narendra Modi, some comment they have written. And now Narendra Modi wants to analyze how many people in India thinking about Narendra Modi positively and how many people are thinking about Narendra Modi negatively. He wants to analyze that one. Okay, he wants to know the public opinion. Now he's going to his team is going to collect with respect to from data from various sources like social media, like from Instagram, from Facebook, and from Twitter. They are going to collect the data, and they're going to analyze the comments, whatever the comments was written in the Twitter, and what are the comments was written in the YouTube, and what are the comments was written in the Instagram. Everything they are going to collect, and they are going to analyze that one. In that, they are going to classify how many of them are positive and how many of them are negative. Right now, in the marketing, for example, Naresh IT wants to do the market. So for which course they want to give high market, and for which course they want to give with respect to less digital marketing, because every course will not be in the trending. So based on the investment, so here we should see the investment and return. If the return is very low and investment is very high, it is going to lead to the loss. For any company, this is the common, even for the Maruti company also. So for example, if you are you have to predict for the in the month of May what would be the sales. Based on that, you have to produce the number of cars. If you are producing more number of cars, and there is no sales, then automatically it is going to be a loss. So they have to understand with respect to how many cars has to be produced in this month, and how many cars has to be manufactured. And in the travel industry, in the healthcare industry, in the sales, and in terms of finance companies, banking sectors, credit and insurance companies, everywhere we are going to use these data science applications, right? Now, why data science is getting so popular nowadays? As we have told that, so we are analyzing the data, and from that we are getting the meaningful insights, and we are going to improve the business, right? Now, earlier also in the year of 2002, in 2005 also, there's number of IT companies are there, and they have done the data science, and they have analyzed whatever the things they have done in the previous, and based on that they have rectified and they have developed their business. Everyone has done the same thing. Now, why data science is getting so popular nowadays? The reason behind that is the data is increasing. The more amount of data. So as the data is huge, so that is the reason data science demand is huge. The opportunities are huge, right? So simple. So as we are increasing the amount of data, in the 2005, it is just 130 exabytes. At the time, based on the data science jobs are limited. Now in the year of 2020, how much amount of data has been raised? So it is 40,900 exabytes of data has been generated in 2020. So when you have having with respect to this much of amount of data, as the data is very large, as the amount of data is too large and too complex, so now we require more number of data scientists to analyze this data. Is that clear, guys? Now we are going to understand what exactly this data scientist is going to do. Data science life cycle. Now, what exactly the data scientist does? So here we are going to follow the methodology called as CRISP-DM methodology. CRISP-DM methodology. So it is CRISP-DM methodology. What is meant by CRISP-DM methodology? CRISP-DM methodology is nothing but cross industry standard process for data mining. Okay, so CR stands for cross, I stands for industry, S for standard, P for process, cross industry standard process for data mining. So it is the every industry, every domain, every company is going to use in terms of the same methodology called as CRISP-DM methodology. What is this CRISP-DM methodology means? First, we have to understand what is the business problem and what exactly the client is required. So first we have to understand the client requirements. Based on that, we have to understand the data. Whatever the data we have got, we have to understand. So we are from, for example, one of the person is from mechanical, and he's going to do a project related to biotechnology project. So tomorrow we are not going to work only on the related projects only. We may work with respect to some banking projects, we may work with finance projects, we may work with sales projects, we may work with the biosciences project. So different projects will be there. So when we are working on which is not relevant to us, first we have to understand the given data, and in that whatever the technical terms are there, we have to understand them clearly. Okay, so that is with respect to called as data understanding whatever the data they have given to us. And once this was done, we have to prepare the data, that is data pre-processing. Data pre-processing means cleaning the data. We have to clean the data, we have to transform the data. Okay, all this comes under data cleaning. Once it was done, we are going to give to the machine. Now the machine starts learning the data. So here we are having various algorithms, different ways of algorithms to train in a different ways. So in the market, we are having different trainers, right? So each trainer is going to train the students in a different way. Similarly, here we are having the algorithms, various algorithms we are having. Each algorithm will train the data in a different way. Okay, so they are going to, the machine is going to understand the given data in a different way. At the end, it is going to have a different results we are going to have. And we are going to evaluate. Once the machine has learned, now we are going to test the machine, whether it has learned properly or not, to how much % it has learned correctly. So that we are going to evaluate. And based on the evaluation, if the machine is able to predict with respect to as per the business requirements, for example, I required with 80%, I want to predict. Now, whether my machine is able to predict with 80% or not, I'm going to evaluate. And based on the evaluation, if it is satisfying my business requirements, and finally we are going to present whatever we have made the conclusions and whatever the insights we have got, finally we are going to present that one. This is the data science work, data scientist work, which we used to call as data science life cycle, right? So here we are going to have in terms of business understanding. For business understanding, you should have a good analytical skills. So what exactly this business problem, and what are the while working with this project, what would be the generally the problems? We have to do some kind of research related to that business problem. We have to do some kind of research, and we have to understand exactly the given business problem, right? Once we understand the given business problem, and after that we have to collect the data and understand the data. Whatever the data they have given to us, we have to understand, and from that we have to do some kind of EDA, that is data analysis, and we have to clean the data. If there is any missing values or if there is any outliers, we have to clean the data, and we have to transform the data. Once it was done, we have to send it to the machine. Now the machine is going to understand the given data. And for this mesh modeling, we are having various things like machine learning, computer vision, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. So using these, this comes under artificial intelligence part, and machine learning and deep learning and artificial intelligence. Using these various techniques, we are training the machine. So the machine is going to learn the given data. Once it has been learned, now we are going to evaluate, means we are going to test that one, and we are going to have some kind of cross validation by giving different types of data. We are going to cross validate, and this cross validation and the test data, whatever the cross validation we have done, if it is meeting the business requirements, then whatever we analyzed and whatever the things we have done from the starting to end, everything we are going to present that one, right? This is the general data science job. Is that clear? Next, once now let us get into the part of data science jobs. Okay, now data science jobs. So what are the jobs are available in data science related area? Let us see. So everyone are getting confused with what is data analyst role and what is data scientist role and what is data engineer role. So here the data analyst is just colors the data and apply the analysis on the past data, which we used to call as descriptive analytics. Means from the past data, just he's understanding what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the average value. All these things he's just understanding. Okay, whereas data scientist is he's going to apply the statistical techniques, and from that he's going to apply the machine learning algorithms, and based on that he's going to predict the future. So which we used to call as predictive analytics. Here we are going to apply the predictive analytics. We are going to make the prediction, and whereas this one is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics means just understanding whatever the past data they have given to us. Okay, whatever the past data they have given to us, just understanding that one and getting the insights from the past data is descriptive analytics. Now based on the data we are going to predict, then it is called as predictive analytics. Next is called as data engineer. So what is data engineer? Data engineer is collecting the data. He is going to have with respect to various data warehouses. Okay, data warehouse and ETL. Okay, ETL means extract, transform, and load. So he is going to extract the various data from various sources. So his main work is to collect the data. Okay, to collect the data and to store all the data and to give this data to the data scientist. So his part is data collection and making with respect to make data pipelines. What is meant by data pipelines? Data pipelines means flow of the data. So what is the step-by-step process? He's going to make the process how to collect the data. For example, from the website, I have to do some kind of web scraping and I have to get the data. From the page number 1, he's going to extract the data, followed by page 2, followed by page 3, followed by page 4. Like this, from different web pages, he's going to extract the data. For that, he's going to write the code after one page, second page, third page, like this. So he's going to collect the data, collecting the data. All these are the works of with respect to data engineer. Analyzing the data and predicting the future with respect to what would happen, and estimation, prediction, all these things will be done by the data scientist. Here the skill set for the data analyst will be in terms of Excel, Tableau, and SQL. These are the major requirements of the skills for the data analyst role. For the data analyst role, we require the Excel. So they are going to work on the Excel mostly. And from the Excel, they are going to make the interpretation and they're going to understand the data and they're going to do some kind of EDA, exploratory data analysis. Just that's it. They are going to do the EDA and they're going to analyze the data. And for analyzing the data, they require some graphs, right? So they want to present the graphs by using the Tableau. So whatever they analyze the data, they are going to represent by Tableau. So here the data scientist requirement will be, data analyst requirement will be in terms of Excel and Tableau or SQL and Tableau. Either he is going to work in the data is in an Excel sheet, means from the Excel sheet, he is going to understand the data and he is going to represent in Tableau. If the data is in SQL, means he is going to collect the data from SQL and he is going to represent the same thing in Tableau. So here his work will be in terms of seeing the data and presenting that data, just making the representation of the past data. He's not going to predict anything. Just he's going to understand the past data. Okay. Now, whereas this with respect to data scientist, the skills required for data scientist would be the SQL and Python and the machine learning. So machine learning algorithms, deep learning, all these are the requirements of data scientist. Whereas data engineer, the skill set will be with respect to databases or data warehouses like Hadoop, NoSQL, and SQL, all these things, cloud, AWS, Azure, all these things will be there, right? So he has to extract the various sources of data and he has to store the data. His work is collecting the data and maintaining the data. Okay. Now, what are the skills required for data scientists for freshers who are of 0 to 2 years are called as freshers in IT industry? So if you are having of 1.5 year of experience also, you are still considered as an freshers only. So till 2 years will be considered as the freshers only. And for the requirements of the freshers, the skill set required for freshers will be different. The skill set required for experienced people will be different. Now, what is the skill set required for freshers means they should be familiar with at least one of the programming language like Python, R, or Java. Okay, whereas 99% of the companies required with respect to Python, 99%. Just these two contribute 1%. Okay, remaining everything, whatever other than Python, any other programming language is contributing just 1%. And if you see the companies will ask either option 1 with Python or R. They will ask like this, Python or R. And few companies will ask Python only. And with few companies will ask only R. If you check any company which is asking only R, exclusively only R, their requirement is statistician requirement, not data scientist requirement. For data scientist requirement, only R is not sufficient. Either they will ask Python or R, or only Python. No company will ask with respect to R. The reason behind that is R is a statistical programming language. So where we'll be working most of the times on the statistics part only. Okay, for machine learning and for deep learning and applying artificial intelligence part, everything we have to go on to the Python. So whatever you can do in the R, you can do in the Python. So R is subset of Python. So whatever you can do in the Python, everything you can do in the R. Whatever you can do in R, you can do in the Python. Whatever you can do in the R, you can do in the Python. But whatever you can do in Python, you can't do in R. Right? So most of the companies will ask with respect to the Python. So one should be good at Python for being a data scientist. So let us see whether it is correct or wrong. Just let us open some of the job portals and some of the job descriptions and what are the companies they're asking for. Let us see. Okay. And second one should be good at statistics. Okay, both with respect to descriptive statistics. So descriptive statistics only is going to help us for EDA. EDA is completely done on the descriptive statistics. Data analysis has to be done means one should be good at descriptive statistics. If you're not that much of great at descriptive statistics means you can't do the data analysis part. Okay, and along with that, inference statistics, where there's some kind of statistical inferences you have to get means you have to apply some kind of statistical tests. So one should be good at inference statistics. And along with that, max. So whatever the max is required, like linear algebra, calculus, and probability, right? And data pre-processing part. So that is future engineering, data cleaning, and data manipulation, all these things. Along with the modeling, like using the machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So if it is a structured data, you are going to apply using the machine learning. Now, if it is a text data, we have to use the natural language processing. If it is a image data, we are going to work on the computer vision, right? One should be good at all the different modelings, because we have to work for different types of data. It is not always we are going to work on the structured data only. So if you want tomorrow, if you want to work on the images, miss, if you want to work on the videos, miss, so at that time we should work on the computer vision. And one should be good at any one visualization tool like Tableau or Power BI, or with respect to QuickView, anyone. Okay, none of the company is going to ask should be good at both the things. Anyone. At the end, you are going to represent whatever the graphs you have got. You are going to use these visualization tools. And for the freshers, we required with respect to SQL. So why they required with respect to SQL for the freshers? Because one should be familiar with any one of the database. So once you are understanding one database, means automatically the remaining databases will be easy. Tomorrow in your company, if you are working on a different database, then you can learn that particular database very easily. Once you understand the basic fundamentals part, like for example, one is good at any one of the programming language. Already he is familiar with one of the programming language. How much time it will take to learn the second programming language? It will be very less time comparatively. If you start freshly from the starting, means it is going to take more time. If you are already familiar with one of the programming language, means the learning a new language will be very easy, right? And one should be good at deployment part like Flask. So this is the requirements and for the freshers in data science, right? For whereas experienced people who are having experience with more than 2 years in data science, if they want to get into the job, for them the requirements will be different. For them, they are going to ask, along with the these, they should be good at SQL and NoSQL, and they should be good at big data, and they should be good at cloud in terms of any one of them, like Azure or AWS or Google Cloud, where they have to deploy. So this is for experienced people. So big data and cloud is required, means that is for experienced people. For experienced people who are having more than 2 years and 3 years in data science, for them it is required. For the freshers or who are entering first time into the data science related area, for them it is not required. None of them is going to work on the big data as a fresher, right? Slowly, as though we are having a good amount of experience on 3 years or 4 years of experience, obviously we are going to work on the big data, right? Is it clear, guys? So the requirements for the freshers are different. The requirements for the experienced people are different. Okay. Experience means in terms of data science experience. Within the data science, whatever the experience you are having, this would be the requirement. So here I can see in the chat box, one of the person has asking that Django is not required. No, because that will be done by a software engineer. So in an IT company, whenever you are working on a data science project, there will be a team. It is not the only one member who is going to work. There will be a team. In a team, there will be with respect to a business analyst. He is going to understand the business problem exactly, and he is going to make all the requirements related to that. And there will be with respect to data engineers, because they are going to collect the data from the various sources, and they are going to integrate. And in our company, for example, in my company, I'm working on a structured data where my company is using MySQL. Let us take an example. This is the SQL. MySQL is the database in my company is there. Assume example. Okay. Now the data engineer is going to collect from various sources, from the various websites or from the various sources. He is going to collect the data, and once he has collected all the data, he is going to store in my company's database. He is going to store in my company's database the whatever the data he has collected, everything he is going to store in my company's database. And from my company database, the data scientist is going to extract the data, collecting from various sources, and storing in the company's database. This data engineer work. This is the work of data engineer. And once it has stored in the company's database, from there we have to extract the data. and we have to analyze. Once we have to extract the data and we have to start the analysis, this is the work of data scientist. And after that, there'll be a software engineers also in a team where they are going to use the deployment. They are going to create the website. If they have to, for example, my client requires with respect to a website, okay, they have to create the entire website. So this website will be designed by the software engineers. Okay, they are not going to be designed by the data scientist. It is not the work of data scientist. Right? Is that clear, guys? Now, once we are having a good amount of skill set, now using our skill set, we have to build the projects, complete end-to-end project. If you are a fresher means at least minimum of one. If you are experienced person means as per your experience, you should have number of projects, right? So in your portfolio, you have to build a portfolio where you should have the number of projects. The more number of projects, then you are having a good amount of skills. And what are the skill set? I already discussed the skill set related to data scientist, right? For both freshers and experience, you should have the good amount of skill set. And the tools, one should be good at utilizing all these skills. So for example, here you want to work on machine learning. So for machine learning, whatever the libraries are required. For data cleaning, what are the libraries are required? For feature engineering libraries, for statistics, what are the libraries? So one should be familiar with the libraries and how to utilize those libraries and how to get the final conclusions and final output using those libraries. So that is called as tools. So they should be good at the libraries. What are the libraries are required for doing all the work of this one. For natural language processing, we have a different library. For deep learning, we are having a different libraries like Keras and TensorFlow. For natural language processing, we are having like NLTK and SPACY. And for computer vision, we are having OpenCV. For machine learning, we are having sklearn, scikit-learn, right? For data cleaning, we are having with respect to like sklearn pre-processing. And for statistics, we are having like SciPy, scientific Python, and along with the stats model. So one should be good at all these libraries, okay, in order to work. So that is with respect to tools. And in your portfolio, you should have at least one of the certification related to data science. Which type of certification means any certification is valid in industry when satisfying one condition, that you have to get this certification after writing the exam. After writing some exam, and from that you have to qualify. Just by paying the fees and simply have got the certificate means that is invalid certificate. Any certificate, once you clear the examination, for that particular certification, there will be some kind of examination. And once you clear that examination and you qualify in that examination, then only you get the certificate means that certificate is valid. Okay, any certificate. Okay. Only the certificate which is by getting the fees, just you have paid the fees and I have got this certificate means it is invalid. Any certificate, not only with respect to any institute in India, any institute is invalid. Okay. So, and one should have a good Kaggle rank in their portfolio. So everyone has to take some kind of Kaggle competition, and you have to showcase whatever the subject you are having in that. Right? So once you build this kind of portfolio, now we are going to make the resume. Based on this, we are going to make the resume. So they are going to keep the experience. The experienced people are going to keep whatever the experience they are having, and freshers are going to keep with respect to whatever the projects they are having, along with the skill set and tools and certifications, along with the Kaggle rank. Once these are mentioned in your resume, And if the resume is having with respect to good attracting resume, automatically your resume will be shortlisted. Okay, if these things are mentioned in your resume, and if the resume which attracts, which is having a kind of visual resume like this, then automatically your resume will be shortlisted by the companies. Right now, so what are the companies that are hiring with respect to data scientists? Means we are having number of companies. We are having in terms of in-house analytics companies and third-party analytics companies. In-house analytics are called as with respect to product-based companies, whereas third-party are called as service-based companies. So product-based companies means they are going to have their own product. For example, Voila. Voila is having their own product, and data scientists are working for their own product in order to betterize the Voila product. Right? And Microsoft is having their own team in order, then they are working on the Microsoft product in order to betterize the Microsoft products. Right? Like Flipkart, Amazon, like Honeywell, GE, HP, they are having their own product, whereas LinkedIn, so they are having their own product. For their own product, they are going to betterize. So they are going, these are called as product-based companies. Whereas third-party analytics, like we are having IBM, TCS, these are third-party analytics where they are working for various clients, different clients they are working. Right? Next. Now let us see the few companies which are hiring these data science jobs. So here, initially, we are going to join as a junior data scientist. Once we are having this type of skill set, whatever earlier I have shown you, if you are fulfilling all the skill set, then you will be joining as initially as a junior data scientist. And once you are having of experience, next you are going to be as a senior data scientist. And once you are senior data scientist, after that you are going to be a, with respect to a director of that. So junior data scientist followed by a data scientist, general data scientist, or machine learning engineers, where you will be having from 3 to 6 years of experience, and followed by you are going to be a senior data scientist or principal data scientist or lead data scientist. Different names are there. So in few companies, they are going to have like principal data scientist. In few companies, they'll have as lead data scientist. In few companies, they'll be having as senior data scientist. And once you are having with respect to good amount of experience of more than 8 years, now you'll be as a program managers. I mean, project managers. You are going to have with respect to project managers where you can handle the entire project. Right? Now, what will be the salaries? Average data scientist salaries in India is, this I have taken from Glassdoor, where the minimum of 3.5 lakhs to 20 lakhs. This is the minimum to, this is the maximum, and where the median salary is around 8 lakhs. Now, let us see whatever we have discussed till now. Let us go into the various different job portals and different jobs, and let us see. So this is the one of them which was posted on 2704, that is 3 days back. I'm going to show you just the various companies and their salaries and their requirements, whether whatever the things we have discussed till now, it is correct or wrong, and what are the things, everything we are going to see. And here I'm going to show you with respect to some of the jobs which was posted from last 1 week, just 3 or 4 days back on. So this is one of the company, they want with respect to 1 to 6 years of experience. And here they're asking with respect to the machine learning and deep learning techniques. And one should good at with respect to this scalable and data pipelines they have to create, and data pre-processing, they have to create the data pre-processing. And they should be good at like various machine learning and deep learning libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch, all these things, right? Now, if you observe here, this is for 1 to 6 years of experience. As years of experience increases, they are required with respect to the big data also, right? Now, let us see one more. This is one more company, which is in Hyderabad, where they have posted the salary of 7 lakhs to 19 lakhs. And when this was posted, let us see. Just they have posted one day back, that is yesterday. Okay, and let us see what is the requirements. So here the requirements is convert the models. You have to work on the models, and you have to work with respect to the artificial intelligence models and machine learning models. And one should be good at fundamental mathematics like linear algebra and probability. And they should be working with large amount of data sets and using the deep learning and machine learning algorithms, and by using the such as Python, Java, or C++, and R. Right? Is that clear? So here we are asking with respect to Python. Right? Now, this is company, as everyone knows, Paytm. And this company has posted when yesterday only. This one also has been posted yesterday only. And here, if you observe, it is asking with 1 to 3 years of experience, where one should be good at machine learning solutions and machine learning algorithms, creating the machine learning algorithms like classification, clustering, and collaborative filtering. These are the various machine learning algorithms which they have to be good at. And one should be good at an NLP and computer vision. So whatever we have discussed till now, the same thing. And Python, Java, Scala, or anything, any one. It is not all, any one. Right? Next, let us move on to the next one. This is Pune-based company, where the salary they have mentioned is 2.5 to 8.5 lakhs, which was posted this one also one day ago. So, and they're expecting to start by 24th of this month. So what is the requirements? Let us see. So one should be good at analytical techniques like outliers, clustering, classification, and regression, and hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is nothing but statistical testing. And they should be good at Python. So clearly they are mentioning once again the Python. Understand the core concepts of machine learning and what is the math behind that. And analyzing the large volumes of data and predictive models. And they have to make the machine learning tools and technologies. Using those tools, they have to create the machine learning models. Right? Let us go on to the next company. And this is Hyderabad-based company. And let us see what is the requirements they have posted. So here one should be good at machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence related things, transforming the data using the machine learning algorithms, means understanding, and having the recommendation engines, and interpreting by using the machine learning algorithms, right? So running the machine learning test, performing the statistical analysis, and making the improve the results, means they want with respect as per the client requirements. Still the client requirement satisfies, you have to do the various different types of models. You have to work on the various models, right? And if you see the next company, it is a Delhi based, and this one also posted one day back. So what are the companies I have taken? I have told you now, just which were posted on just last 3 days or 4 days only I have collected. I'm not going to show you the jobs which was given in the last 1 year or 2 years back. These are all the jobs I have collected just in the Indeed and hirist.com. Directly you can open. From your end, you can also open. See here, clearly they have posted the dates also, it will be very clear. Okay, here also again, they're asking with respect to the linear models and multivariate analysis and sampling methods and how to deploy the models, right? Again, it is a fresher jobs. So for the fresher jobs, there is no word of big data, there is no word of cloud technology. As years of experience increases, the requirements will be changing off, right? Now here, one more company from Gurgaon, that is again Delhi. And here, when it is has been posted, again one day back only. So here, the requirements, whatever the requirements they have posted is understand the responsibilities and priorities, and according to that they have to develop. They're asking 0 to 2 years freshers. For freshers it could be a plus if you have a project on the social media, related to social media. If you have done any project, that would be an added advantage, because they are going to work on the related to social media. Maybe the project which they are going to work might be with respect to related to social media. So they're asking with respect to one should have the good command on advertisement and communications, all these things. So they are working on the social media related project, right? This is again a fresher job. So n number of jobs are there for the freshers, for the experienced people. The only thing is right skill set is required. And if you see one more, which was posted on 29/04/2022, that is 2 days back. This is the website and this is the date posted. It was not created by me. Okay, now if you see here, what is the requirement? So one should be good at ML and statistics and make the better solutions and get the insights from the data. And they have to do some kind of hypothesis testing, that is statistical testing. So where is the word of cloud? Where is the word of big data? There is nothing. This is a fresher job. For the freshers, it is required with respect to the good at statistics and machine learning is the major requirement. Right? And next, coming to this one more, where here one should have the analytical mind. They should analyze, and 1 to 2 years of experience. Fresher jobs again. And what is the requirements? They should lead to the core team, and they have to get the metrics. Metrics means evaluation. They have to make the correct evaluation by using the data analysis, and they have to get the insights. Clear, guys? Jobs, number of jobs. Let us see when they have. Yesterday only. This was posted yesterday. Right? So first we have to understand what are the exact skills required for the data scientist, and we should be good enough with respect to into the subject. Once we are good at the subject, automatically we'll get the jobs. Okay. Clear, guys? I have shown you the various job opportunities and the career. This is the career graph of a data scientist. And these are the various job opportunities till now, whatever we have discussed. Right? Now, let us discuss the most important point. Everyone will think that by learning of statistics, of basic statistics, just learning of basic statistics, they feel that they are good at statistics. For companies, the basics is not important. Okay, the basic stats, if you know, it is not sufficient. It is not sufficient. You should be at advanced level in the statistics to be a data scientist. Statistics is the one of the key and the heart of data science. One should be very, very good at statistics, right? So the statistics and machine learning. So if you take the machine learning, so there are learners who will think that by learning 4 to 5 algorithms, they'll be familiar with 4 to 5 algorithms and they'll think that they know entire machine learning. And the trainers will train with respect to some algorithms and they say that machine learning is completed. But they have to be very strong in their machine learning with respect to number of algorithms, right? And so here we are having a data science course at Naresh IT. Okay, we are having a data science course at Naresh IT. The course, whatever is there, it satisfies the current industry needs and it's fulfill the skills, whatever the industry requirement is there. And at the end, once this course, you are good at this course, if you understand and if you are good, automatically you will be a successful data scientist. So this course is going to conduct, it is going to have with respect to 25 modules related to Python, statistics, data analytics, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, SQL, Tableau, and Spark. 25 plus tools will be covered related to this. Sir, what are the tools and what are the modules we are going to cover? So let us see. So here we are going to cover with respect to 25 modules like maths from linear algebra, calculus, probability, and probability distributions. Coming to the statistics, descriptive statistics, inference statistics with various high statistical tests. Almost 10 different statistical tests are there. Every test will be covered. And it is going to cover with core Python and Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and SkyPy. And we are going to cover the data pre-processing, which is data cleaning, data wrangling, feature engineering, feature selection, and dimension reduction techniques. And exploratory data analysis. And coming to the most important part of machine learning, where we are going to cover 25 algorithms. These are the various algorithms which we are going to cover in this course. It is not just like one or two algorithms and saying that machine learning is completed. So we are going to cover with 25 algorithms related to regression, classification, clustering, time series, and recommendation engines, association rules. Right? 25 algorithms which we are going to cover. And along with that, cross-validation, so which is most important part, and to evaluate the model whether it is performing a right or not, which we used to call as evaluation of the model. And related to artificial intelligence, we are going to cover 5 algorithms from deep learning and natural language processing and computer vision, and SQL, Tableau, and Spark. So these are the 25 modules which we are going to cover. And coming to the various tools, so these are the various libraries which we are going to cover for the data science, NumPy, Pandas, and for graphs, we are going to use Matplotlib and Seaborn. For statistics, we are going to use SkyPy and Stats model. And for machine learning, we are going to use scikit-learn and XGBoost. And for deep learning, we are going to use TensorFlow and Keras. And for artificial intelligence, we are going to use NLTK for natural language processing and OpenCV for computer vision, and Tableau and SQL. Right? So these are the tools will be covered, and these are the modules will be covered in the entire course. So now total we are going to cover with 25 modules and 25 tools and 30 plus algorithms related to both machine learning and deep learning and artificial intelligence. And every algorithm, whatever we are going to train, it is of project based. Whatever the examples we are going to take the real-time projects, and we are going to cover 10 real-time projects during the course. And at the end, you are going to make with respect to one capstone project. One project I'm going to show you at the end by implementing end-to-end project, complete project. And you are going to develop the furtherly number of projects on your own. And I am going to show you what are the various data sources where you can get the data. And based on once you get the data, you can develop the project, complete project. Right? And here in the Naresh IT, for this course, the Python and Linux is at free of cost. Okay, so whatever the Python is there for this particular Python, the Python which I'm going to cover is related to data science. Apart from that, if you want to learn advanced Python, it is going to be provided at free of cost as a free course where you will be discussed entire Python, advanced Python and whoops concepts, all these things will be covered at this course. Whoever has registered for the data science course, for them, we are going to provide additionally this one also, right? And as I've told you, we have covered with 25 modules and the tools already, and the algorithms I have shown you. And by end of this course, once this course is completed, now you can build your portfolio with respect to the projects, the skill set, and the tools, and with respect to certification. Here, we are going to have the certification. The course is going to cover with respect to the certifications related to NASCOM certification, the Microsoft certification in Python, and the TCS Ion Pro certification in analytics. Everything will be covered in the contents. Okay, so these three certifications are industry certifications where everything are acceptable, because you have to get the NASCOM certification by writing the exam. Just by paying the fees, you can't get this certification. Microsoft certification you can't get by writing by paying the fees. TCS Ion certification you can't get by paying the fees. Every certification you have to take the exam. You have to qualify in the exam. Once you are qualified in the exam only, you are going to have these certifications. And the NASCOM certification is included in the course fees, itself. The NareshIT is going to provide this one, including in the course fees. As earlier, one of the student has written in the chat box that, sir, in the NareshIT, the course completion certification is invalid. Yes, if you take only the course completion certification, means it's invalid. But if you take the NASCOM certification, it is a valid one. Is that clear? So this is included in the course fees, and these two are not included in the course fees. Okay, syllabus and the contents, everything are included in the course, but the certification cost is not included in the course fees. Certification cost, whatever the certification cost is there related to this, you have to pay from your end, and you have to take the exam. Whereas this certification is already included in the course fees. So once by end of this course, okay, now in your CV, whatever is required, that is experience related to projects, experience related to skill set, that is subject, and the tools, and the certifications, and the Kaggle rank. And once you are having all these things in your resume, and I'm going to take one session how to build your resume and how it has to create and how it has to attract the HRs. If what are the things if you keep, it is going to attract the HRs, and what is the maximum probability that your resume will be get shortlisted. The tips, whatever is required for the resume, I'm going to discuss in the class. And as we know, the Naresh IT we are having from past 20 years, we have tied up with number of companies. And once you are having a good amount of skill set in your resume, or we are going to share your resumes to various companies. And 100% job assistance is provided from Naresh IT. Okay. So whatever we require, everything is fulfilling, right? Skill set is there, tools is there, number of tools are there, certificates is there, projects are there, subject Kaggle is there, everything is there. Still what you require. So once your resume is fulfilled with respect to complete of subject, 100% your resume gets shortlisted and you get a 100% job interview. Now in the interview you have to perform well. So for that, whatever we require, I'm going to give you 1,000+ interview questions in the class. Okay, So in this course, whatever we are having, so in the course, I'm going to have with respect to real-time projects, modules, tools, algorithms, everything, and certifications. And I'm going to show you how to build your resume by using your skill set, tools, and projects, all these things, how to build the resume. Okay. And I'm going to give you 1,000+ interview questions. Okay. 1,000+ interview questions. Once you are having all these things, automatically you will be getting in terms of interview. 100% job interview is guaranteed. Interview is 100% guaranteed. Now you have to prove yourself, right? And we are associated with more number of companies. So we are going to share your resume to various companies. And we itself, we are having a job portal where you are going to register in our job portal. And some of the jobs will be posted in our job portal, in our own job portal itself, right? We have to make the resume which attracts visually, and how to make this resume, the tips, everything we are going to discuss during the course, right? And next, coming to this course, now the batch, whatever the batch we have started with respect to was started 2 days back only, and the timings are from 8:30 to 10. Just 2 days back only. We have just completed the introduction part of data science, and the timings are 8:30 to 10. The present ongoing batch is 8:30 to 10, and the classes will be both offline and online. Both are done simultaneously with respect to both offline and online, right? And whatever I have shown you till now, that is course content. Okay, the fees without videos is 15,000. With videos, means whatever the class videos. Every day we are going to have the recorded videos, right? The recorded videos also will be provided. The fees without videos is 15,000. With videos, it is 20,000. And the whatever the contents I have shown you now, the every content whatever I have shown you now, I'm going to provide you the drive link. In the drive, I have already stored altered the contents and everything. So I'm going to share you the drive link. Okay, yeah, just a minute. I'm going to share you the drive link. Yes, everyone can scan this QR code. If you scan this QR code, in this there'll be the course contents and the course highlights and what are the modules and what are the tools, everything I have uploaded here. Yeah, please, everyone can scan this QR code. You can take the you can scan or you can take the screenshot also. Okay, and yeah, just a minute, guys. This is the drive link. So here I'm just copying, and yeah, you can use even in your chat box also. In the chat box also, I'm going to share the same drive link. Here, if you want, 1 second, I'll share you. Yeah. Yeah, you can please ask whatever the questions you are having. Yeah, you can post whatever the questions you have. Sir, I can do because I'm not from computer science background. 100%. So here, whatever the training I'm providing, it is from the scratch level, right? So we are going to provide from the scratch level, that is from zeroth level. 100% you can learn. There is no prerequisites for this learning this course. And what would